Well, what do you think?
But it had, being one of the early ones, it had some elements of the 50s doo-wop kind of
Yes,
thing.
I had the triplets. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have to tell you, every time I hear that bump, 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 bump on the keyboards,
Yes.
all I can think of is Stan Freberg. Don't get me none of that clink, 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 clink jazz. It was on The Child's Garden of Freeburg. There were two songs where they were making fun of some of the popular music of the day, and one of them was using that keyboard, and yeah, so
That reminds me though of gospel. I've heard that particular term in a in,
mhm.
in the gospel.
Hmm.
Do 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 wop. It's almost doo woppy. It's really
Yeah,
it's I love the voices. I love the harmony. There is that blues scale inflection. It's also there in the horn parts where they have the flat threes and the flat sevens.
yeah.
It's not it's not lily white music at all. This one has more of that really what I've always liked about black music with that blues influence, blues sonority, I think I would call it. And yeah, there's a lot of gospel in this particular one. And,
Definitely.
yeah, you could do this same melody and the same arrangement with some Jesus lyrics, pretty easy. Um,
That reminds me of a South Park where Cartman decides that he's going to do a Christian rock album, and,
uh-huh.
he says to them, they go, well, we got to write the song. He goes, all you have to do is take any song that says baby and replace it with Jesus. That's when
Or
he
vice
also
versa. You go, it's you cross over.
I just busted gut because then I started thinking of different songs. I went, oh my God, he's right.
And of course, the Beatles did a really good cover of it. I think they were big fans of Motown. So, any final comments before we wind up here?
I'm
Okay,
enjoying these a lot.
good, good. I
I,
am too.
It's good. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a potpourri next week of various Motown acts rather than spend the whole time on just one person. And we'll just look at various songs, what they incorporated. Also, what I'm looking for, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this whole 60s music thing is to show the craftsmanship, the focus on what really made excellent songs and excellent recordings. And um, I learned, God, I didn't realize how much better My Girl was from all the other stuff. How uh, Smokey really evolved his abilities to make a record. So anyway, any final comments?
um, 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 oh, Papa Was a Rolling Stone was a 72 song. So,
72?
yeah, so it wasn't technically 60s, but it is my favorite of the Temptation songs.
Well, I'm going to listen to it at least for my own edification. But I'm trying to not that I that it's like garlic to a vampire. We're not going to do anything that was after New Year's Day 1970, but but we'll see. But I'm trying to get the essence of the 60s in this series.
Well, after we get through these 60s, we can move ourselves on to the 70s if you want.
Oh, you have read my mind, girlfriend. Okay. Of course. That's the natural. That's next year. Thank you.
Okay.
And then I quit. After we get to 1980, that's fine. My glory days are not they're not over, but they're the heightened period of my uh, love for music sort of was in the 60s and 70s.
There was some really good music in the 80s.
Oh, of course.
A lot of garbage, just like any era.
Yeah.
There's garbage, and then there's stuff that's really really good. And um, the experimentation that was happening in the 80s was really cool. The change in technology and everything. So yeah, I mean, there's something about each
Each
era.
era that has
I
certain.
mean, I was in a three-girl group where we did everything from music from the 20s through the 80s, because that was when, in the 80s was when we were doing it. And when I was searching out songs of the 20s and 30s and arranging the medleys that we were going to do, it was like I found some of these little hidden gems that I went, "Oh, I never heard that one before. We're going to have to do that." you know. And then the 30s music and the 40s, and this jazz was swing was starting to be a thing, and then getting into the 50s and the bandstand boogie stuff, and then in the 60s and the girl group stuff. I mean, we had a three-girl group, so. And then we got, oh yeah, let's do the Pointer Sister stuff. I mean, it was like a lot of really cool stuff from each era, but um, you just have to sift through it, because in the 70s you have a lot of, you know, here,
Yeah,
how to ruin a song. Let's make a disco.
right. Hey, I had some disco. In fact, I got my big start as a songwriter with disco. Uh,
Hey, I mean, I had almost a knockdown drag out with with the band leader on one of the things. The a remake of Knock on Wood was done in disco form, and he wanted me to do that, and I
yeah,
went,
right.
they ruined the song. I don't want to do that. You got to, because we're getting too many requests, and everybody wants to hear it that way, and it's like, but there was a lot of good music that came out from that era too.
Well,
Good
in the 70s, of course, you got James Taylor, you got Carole King, you got the
Eagles,
Eagles, and you got all those incredible rock
Crosby, Stills, Nash Young,
and Aerosmith,
Chicago.
and oh, there was so much going on there. It's another very productive era. So yeah, the 80s had their good people. I mean, Pat Benatar was a favorite. I used to love the B-52s. They were kind of.
Oh,
Oh
love
yeah.
them. Manhattan Transfer.
And then in transfer, and I had a group, Cat Cohen and the Canary Sisters, and
Oh,
we were like Manhattan Transfer. We performed all around LA in the 70s and 80s. But anyway, we will get to all of that. Thank you. You've been a wonderful group, and I will see you next week.
okay. Have fun, everybody. Stay safe.